Hey guys, LootWizard here with another video on Gems of War. In this one, we're going to be going over some community teams, and then I'm going to give a few of my opinions on PvP defense teams. So let's get right into it. On a recent video I did about life and death teams in order to defeat life and death, I had a few people comment on that video and shared a few of the teams that they like to either defeat life and death or just in general PvP. So I tried out a few of these suggested teams, and I do like some of these, so I wanted to share it with the rest of you that probably don't always read the comment section, because some of these teams that others recommend are really good as well, and I think they deserve some recognition for their teams as well. So right away here, Badass Beard, we're going to be going over his team, and Costas 1010, Limodepimo, and Feenom 21. So let's go on and see what they said in the comments. First of all, we have Badass Beard, who said, "My go team lately is Forest Troll, Essence of Evil, Forest Guardian, and Mirage Queen. He uses Monk class most of the some of the time, and then once he gets the mana going, it annihilates most teams. He thinks it's super fun, and I think so too, because I've tried it out, and I'll show you how that works too." So we have Costas 1010 saying, "I am using a certain team here for killing life and death. It's Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, the Grey King, and Obsidius." And he says, "Killing easily with 2 fills of the Grey King, Sentinel class to dispel the life and death, and stun with Obsidius, barrier my hero with Browns." So that is a great team as well. We're going to be getting into it. And then we have Akaija Lavendula. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. He says, "My Skull Attack team may have a chance. It loops, and Moonrabbit on 4 will cleanse the Entangle at first turn. It's posted on my channel as it can handle 3 Tinas. Channel is Limodepimo." So you can search that channel on YouTube, and you can see his video on that, and go ahead and subscribe to him, because that's a good team as well. I'm going to be showing what he's doing with that. Then we have Feenom 21, who says, "Life and death teams are pains. The team I like is Sunspear class, Sky Hero weapon, generate more red mana, Divinia, Ishbala, and Infernus. And if you have Sunspear at 100, it will allow you to one-shot kill with skulls in combination with the Furnace ability to burn all enemies with 4 gem matches. And the key is to get Divinia up and all of that." So, yeah, we're going to be going into these guys' teams. I just wanted to give these guys some recognition too. And if you have some awesome teams that you use in PvP, or just fun teams that you like to use, maybe the ones that don't specifically counter or defeat life and death weapon, but just fun teams in general in PvP, and you want to share, please comment on my channel. And I'm probably going to be doing more of these videos in the future where I select fun teams from the community and just do some videos on those. So let's go into PvP, and we'll check out a few of these teams here. We can start from the top, Badass Beard's team, and work our way down to Feenom 21. Badass Beard, he's got this awesome team with Forest Troll, Essence of Evil, Forest Guardian, and the Mirage Queen. Now, he was using Monk class, which I'm going to be using Titan class here instead, for one reason, and that is because Forest Troll is a giant, and the Titan class allows for all giants to start with 50% mana, and that gives us a little extra boost here in the beginning to get that Forest Troll up. But just like Badass Beard was doing, you can use it with the Monk class or really any other class, and this will probably still work really well. Now, the other thing that's really great here is Forest Guardian. Great idea to put him in here because it will transform purple gems to skull, but it will also transform brown gems to green, and that'll set up the board where you have a lot of green gems on the board and probably a few skulls in there. And then that's where the Mirage Queen comes in, because it will convert all green gems to Doom Skulls, and that will be amazing. Forest Troll's here to double the green on the board, and obviously Essence of Evil takes just green, and once it gets full, you can really control the enemy team with this weapon because of all those negative status effects. For a banner, I'm using double green and brown because I want the brown for Forest Troll, but obviously green is going to be the main color that we're going to be using here. So let's go in and give this team a spin. So what we're going to be looking for here is, first of all, any 4 or 5 matches, and we got really lucky here with a blue 5 match. That right away is going to fill up our troll, which now we should be able to loop this right here if I get enough green matching. Unfortunately, the green didn't give me an extra turn. That happens sometimes, but now that we got our Essence of Evil weapon up, everything is going to go in our favor. And we have a 4 match here with green right here at the top, but we could have done that, but I wanted to get that 4 match. And let's see, we do have purple here that can be matched, and that will also, he's entangled here, so I'm not too concerned. Let's go ahead and do that, get some of those in there. But now, see, look, we have a lot of green matched up with these skulls, so this is where this team really shines, I think, is where you can use Miraji Queen now in combination with those skulls and just really decimate enemy troops. And you can always use the Essence of Evil again just to put all those negative status effects on them. Now we got a 4 match with purple down here, so I can transform that. And then we got a lot of green matched up with skulls again. So there goes the Miraji Queen, and boom. So that's Badass Beard's team, and it is a good one. Really fun. Really fun. So, yeah. Good team there. Let's see. I don't know if I want to fight goblins, but, you know, goblins are really nasty to try any team with, but I don't have any really great choices, so we're going to do a few teams here probably just to show you the benefits of what this setup is here by Costas 1010. Now, he's using the Sentinel class, and he has one trait on, or a talent, rather, on the class that I think is really good here, which is Banishment at level 70. It will dispel all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches. So that's a really important thing, too, in some of these classes where you can, on a 4 or 5 match, really get all the positive status effects on a enemy team all cleared off. And he's using Apothecary, which will give you a lot of 4 matches because you can select which ones that you can convert. And then the Grey King is obviously going to be our great controller because it will mana drain, silence, and freeze. It's also going to be doing true damage. And then Obsidious is there for stunning on 4 or 5 gem matches, which we're going to be able to get that pretty easy with our Apothecary. But it also does some damage and mana generation. So all around, it's a good team. I'm using double brown and 1 blue banner for this because the blue will be used for Apothecary and the Grey King, and brown is pretty obvious there for Mountain Crusher, Grey King, and Obsidious. So that's what his team is. Let's go in and see if we can defeat these goblins. So right away, we got pretty lucky with 4 matches here in the color that we want, which is brown. Now, they're all stunned, which is good. That'll help us a little bit with these goblins. Now, let's see. I think I'm going to go brown here, and we'll get a red match there as well, but hopefully the Mountain Crusher gets full, and it did. But we only have 4 of those. We only have 4 brown gems on the board, which I'm not going to be able to explode much, but I think I'll take this blue here, and that way there'll be a skull match aligned, and I should be able to bait him to connect that skull. Since I have barrier on, that won't do any damage to me. And then we got another 4 match green. Now we have Apothecary up here, and we got a 4 match with the blue, so I'm going to go ahead and convert blue. Now the Gray King is up. This is fantastic here. So, we have 3 troops that all use blue, but there's no blue on the board. So I think right now I'm just going to explode it. I got everything full. Hopefully we get a chance here to use Gray King. As soon as we do, we're going to shut down them goblins. Alright, he's done. Now, let's use the Gray King, and you choose blue. We're going to shut down those 3 goblin troops. And we do have a 4-match brown there, but can we convert anything with Apothecary? I don't really see a 4-match in conversion. Let's take that first. We'll take that. We do have one up there now with blue. Now, the Gray King is active. It's full again. So we got 1 blue gem. I'm going to take that. We'll kill all 3 of them goblins. And now we'll just take down this hero class here. He's not going to be able to generate much mana because the mana generation with these kind of troops is based off of how many goblin or whatever allies it says here. So, 1 hit with the skull. That's done. So, it defeated a goblin team. You know, that's pretty good. The Gray King is great for controlling the enemy like that with its silence. So, yeah, let's go ahead and hit this team real quick with Costas 1010's team here, and then we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, we're getting pretty lucky with these 4 matches right away at the beginning. So we'll go ahead and take that, and I'm going to go ahead and convert blue again here. And, yeah, we stunned everything because of Obsidious here. And now let's see what the common color is. We could do brown, but that's the color I need for Mountain Crusher. The other common color here would be purple. So let's use the Gray King and do purple. And that'll shut down at least 3 of those troops. Let's use Obsidious. And we can use the Gray King again on purple. And we got a 4-match here with green if we can convert that. And so we only got 1 life left on that Pharaoh's Ra. But we want to shut down the Mountain Crusher there. We ended up killing that thing. It only had 1 life. That was kind of nice. So we'll just use Obsidious, kill off the hero there, and so yeah, that's a good team. Pretty fun. Thanks for that team suggestion there, Costas 1010. And let's go to the next one here. So Lemo or Limodepimo. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. But this team does not have a hero in it, so you will not be getting any class experience. But if you want to go through like PvP or, you know, just do battles that are pretty tough, because this team will destroy other teams most of the time. In my experience of using this for a little while, it has over like an 80 to close to 90% win rate. What's going on here is Fist of Zorn starts with full mana. It converts all yellow gems to skulls, and it gives attack to the first ally, which it is the first ally, so it's going to continue every time you cast it to give itself more attack. Divine Ishbala will transform red gems to skulls and green to yellow, enchant 2 random allies. So lots of mana generation and skulls going on. Same thing here with Keelan. Keelan will convert purple gems to red, brown gems to skulls. So those 2 are great together. But Moonrabbit here starts with full mana as well, and it will convert blue gems to yellow, which you're going to be using a lot of yellow with those skull converter troops. But it will give life to all other allies, and then it will bless the first ally here. So if this starts out entangled, you just use Moonrabbit. It'll get that entangle off usually. And we'll go through a couple of battles here, and you can see it in action. So right away, we can't really use the Moonrabbit I mean, we got some yellow here, but you're only going to get a 3 match with that. But we do have 1 skull match. We're going to go ahead and do that really quick. Now we got a 4 match yellow. Let's go ahead and use the rabbit there. And we got a yellow, and we got a yellow here. But we got some... this is a tricky one. Let's just do a skull match there really quick. What I really want to do is get Keelan up too, because you really want these 2 skull guys to be converting off of each other. So right here we have purple and red. Now I could just take that, but I want to get these converters going so that they're really going off of each other. So Keelan here converts purple gems to red. So if I cast Keelan, we're not going to get any skull matches, but we will get that extra turn. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we have a lot of red everywhere with skulls. So that's where we can cast the Queen Ishbala, or Divine Ishbala, rather. Now we have all this yellow on the board. And this is one of the great things about what Limodepimo. Hopefully I'm saying your name right here. But convert all yellow gems to skulls. This is why he's got the Fist of Zorn up at the top, because it's going to convert all these yellow gems to skulls. And with Divine Ishbala here, it's going to leave a lot of extra skulls on the board, but it will leave a lot of yellow as well. So you're going to have lots of 4 or 5 matches of skulls. So you just do this, bam, and usually that brings down that enemy. Just, it either kills him outright or gets it really close to death. And so we do have some more brown gem matches here, so we can just go ahead and cast Keelan 1 more time. We can take some more of these 4 gem matches. We got 1 down here with yellow, so again we can cast this, and every time we cast a Fist of Zorn, its attack is being increased. So that's really good. Yeah, at this point we can just connect a few skulls. And yeah, we'll get that full again. And we don't have any matches there, but I'm going to just use this. Because sometimes you can have gems fall down when you do the converting thing, and then skulls will match anyway, which that's what's happened there. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of potential here for skull damage. And let's go ahead and try to use this team on a skeleton key team and see what happens. Now, best case scenario with a team like this with Moon Rabbit is that you have yellow and blue match up right away from the beginning. Sometimes that is not the case, and it makes it a little slower to get it going, but once you do get it going, it's pretty darn good. So now we do have yellow match here, so we're going to get an extra turn for this guy. So we'll go ahead and do that. We got rid of Cedric. Now, yeah, this is unfortunate. This guy's using the Thief class, and he's using backup, 35% chance to summon a bandit. So that's going to hurt us a little bit, because there's going to be a lot of bandits that get summoned as we're doing our skull damage. But that's the way it is. And we're kind of waiting here a little bit for some kind of matchup. Now we're in trouble, actually, because Skeleton Key is going to be doing quite a bit of damage to us. So, but we do now have a 4 match here. We can do Divine Ishbala. And then we got Yeah, we don't really have any 4 matches there, but we can do this one. It'll give us some kind of skull matches. And, yeah, then we can do Divine Ishbala. Try to get rid of this egg thief. Alright, so Fist of Zorn died, but that's okay, because we still got our 2 main skull converters here. And we got a 4 match with the blue and yellow finally. And we can just now cycle these skulls and kick some butt. Let's see here. Well, we do have a 4 match here if we cast the Keelan. So that's what we're going to do. And then we got a 4 match with skulls on Divine Ishbala. And there it is. So this team is pretty strong, even though it doesn't have a hero class in it. It might be a little slow at times, but it's still a strong team. So, okay. Moving on to the next team here, we got from Feenom 21. He's using the Sunspear class, and his team does work the best if you have Sunspear at level 100. He's using the Sky Hero weapon, and this weapon will destroy a column. For every yellow gem destroyed, create 4 red gems. So it's really a mana generator weapon, and it's going to create those red gems. And since you're using the Sunspear class, you should have that Firestorm going at the start of every turn. Now, Divinia is the main thing that you want to focus on, and that's why I am using a banner with double red, because you want to get this full as quickly as possible so that you can explode the board, and it will also cleanse allies, give them life, as well as generating that mana through explosion. Divine Ishbala will make all 3 of these troops underneath the hero class start with the 40% mana, because they're all divine. And this will convert your red gems to skulls, which are going to have a lot of red falling down. And Furnace here at the bottom for that extra damage, but also it will burn all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches. And he's using that so that he can, if you have Sunspear at level 100, which I do, you will be able to do triple the skull damage with your hero class if the first enemy is burning. Now, I don't know how well we're going to be able to defeat this team, simply because Web Spinner, if it hits us once while it's webbed, it's going to do triple skull damage as well. But one thing that the Sunspear class does have going for it is I should have Root Trap in here in the talents, which it is at level 10. That will entangle the first enemy at the start of battle. So that will also help us keep us from getting hit by that Web Spinner. So let's go ahead and use his team a few times and check it out. And we're just going to go ahead and explode the board. That'll get some mana going. Web Spinner did get its entangle off, so we have to be careful here. Things could get a little ugly. But it looks like we're the one that's going to get the first skull match here. And we got that 4 match, so we're going to do triple skull damage to anything that's burning. Now, we do have a possibility of being webbed here by the Weaver, but I don't think that'll happen to us because we're pretty good here. I'm going to use Divine and Ishbala to convert red to skulls, and we should connect enough here to destroy the Weaver. We can take a hit or 2, and then we should have our turn. And yeah, we'll just explode the board once here. We got a skull match on the explosion and ended him. So there you go, guys. That was Feenom Feenom 21's team. I think it is pretty good. It's, you know, it's like I said, it's going to be the most powerful if you have Sunspear at level 100. So unless you do have it at 100, it's not going to work as great because a lot of the damage in that team is based off of that Fireblade talent that you get at 100 to do triple damage to burning enemies. But all of those are great teams, I think, and pretty fun teams right there from the community. So thanks, guys, for posting your teams in the comments under the video. Now, quickly here, before I end the video, I want to talk a little bit about my opinions on defense teams and what I think about it. So, now, these are just my opinions, and so I know a lot of other people out there have different strategies for defense teams, and they generally try to put like really strong teams in their defense. I'm one of those guys that likes to put a pretty easy team in my defense, and the reason why is for revenge battles. So revenge rewards is one way that you get extra rewards in the game, and the only way you do that is by beating a team that has revenge listed on it. And those revenge teams are teams that defeated your team. If no teams are defeating your team in PvP, you won't get revenge battles. And when you get those revenge battles and you beat them, you're going to get extra rewards here. Now, the rewards aren't really super great, but it's still something. And you do get a little bit of souls for every, like, what is it, every 5 or so revenge battles that you win, you'll get a tiny bit of souls. And you do get some gold. And these numbers here can be boosted by your armor that you wear. So, for example, when I get my final, every time I get gold, it's like 7,000 something gold instead of the 3,000 that it says here. But yeah, these battles that you're winning, and look here, you have to get 60 of them to get an event key, and that's the final reward there. Now you might be like, whoop-de-doo, what's one event key? But let me tell you, there's been a couple of times, or at least once, where I've had one event key left in a kingdom, and I've got a legendary that I really wanted, or a mythic that I really wanted just on that one event key. So the chances are low, but it does happen. So I always try to get every little key and every little resource that I can and squeeze it out of whatever you're already doing. So setting up your defense team doesn't take a lot of effort. You just set your defense team, and then when you're doing your PvP battles and you defeat other teams, they're going to see your team listed up on the board, and then they will attack it. And if they beat it, then that can cause a revenge battle to happen. And then you beat their team when it says revenge on it, and then that gets listed here in your tally, getting you closer to getting that event key at the end. So my strategy is to use a easy to beat PvP team because I'm going to get more revenge battles. So a 4 firebomb team is pretty easy to beat because firebombs just explode by themselves, and if the enemy team survives all 4 of those explosions, then it's a win for them. So a lot of times I do 4 PvP, or I do 4 firebombs in a PvP defense team. Sometimes I will do the festival cow, this thing here, because once its mana is full, which has a pretty low mana, it'll just give allies like a boost to their stats, and then it will just destroy or sacrifice itself, kind of like a firebomb, except it doesn't do any damage to the enemy. It just adds extra stats to its own team. So you could put like 4 festival cows. Sometimes I do that, but it can also be really boring to fight against these types of teams. So another strategy that I do is simply just suggest a team. And usually team suggestions are without a hero class. And that's another suggestion that something that I do is make a PvP defense team without even your hero class in it, because it's really annoying, especially as a newer player, to fight against weapons like rope dart and life and death and all that stuff, and it can be incredibly frustrating as a new player going against that in PvP. So a lot of times I just build a team that doesn't even have my hero class in it and put that in there as my defense team in PvP. But one of the things that I do for this is, like, say for example, I wanted to just do a quick team on, I go to Kingdom, and let's say, yeah, let's just pick Darkstone as my kingdom, apply that, and then I'll go to team here and just suggest team. Now sometimes it does put your hero class in there, like as you can see here and here for the suggested teams. But sometimes it doesn't, like this one here isn't. So I'll like select this one maybe, and then I can paste that team in there. So I got, and a lot of times the mana blocks itself, and you know, it's not really a great synergy or whatever, but it gives people in PvP a chance to fight a team that isn't so overwhelmingly obnoxious, where maybe they can have a little bit of fun, and it'll probably give you more of those revenge battles, which I think are just an extra way to squeeze a little bit more resources out of the game that you otherwise wouldn't have. See, like here, I got this defense reward just popped up, and I got 1 defeat. So that'll probably be a team that'll pop up in PvP soon for me for a revenge battle. So this is just my strategies and what I do for PvP defense. I don't really like to put really strong teams in my defense, other than sometimes when I want to test a defense team for Guild Wars. Then I'll probably do that and see how many wins I can get before I put it into my Guild Wars defense team. I do that sometimes, but I know I'm repeating myself here, but generally I like to put easier teams in my PvP defense so I can get those revenge battles. So, alright guys, this video is already like 30 minutes long, and so I'm going to end it here, but thanks again to you guys for suggesting those teams. Once again, their names here are Badass Beard, Costas 1010, Limodepimo, and Feenom 21. So if any of you guys have teams that you find to be really fun, you can post them in the comments below. I read every comment, and you know, I'll probably do another video like this in a week or two, and I can pick out some more teams that you guys share with all of us. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.